You know, I usually employ TADAT in many aspects of my job. TADAT showed us, in a very direct way, what are the best practices in tax administration. And once you have in your mind where you want to go, your work always be in the direction of approaching these good practices, even if you do that in your own area, expertise, influence, or management. In fact, this method, identifying appropriate practice, comparing to the current situation, proposing and adopting changes to bring those things together, is something we can and should apply even in our private lives.
Another aspect that came to my mind also during the course that I got very impressed with is the fact that although TADAT is very objective, it can really be used to change the paradigm of a tax administration, the cultural paradigm. So because it's one thing to go to a meeting inside your tax administration and to say, hey guys, you know, that thing you've been doing for the last 10, 20 years, it's a mistake, it's a huge mistake. And it's another thing to say, to go to a meeting and say, hey, look at this score. We are very bad at this score. And that means that we are very far from what many studies consider to be the good practice internationally recognized in terms of tax administration.
You can apply the method more efficiently if you understand what the reasons are behind every question. And knowing the standards help to find the necessary information to answer them.
Although this has been our paradigm, even in this practice, we are huge from what is considered efficient. So we could change that and that, we could take that and that measure, because then you can unfold this indicator and go into details of what is wrong. And that is very different, because once you use the scores and you use the indicator and the simple language, and you go from the macro part to the micro ones, and then you can set aside passions, and people can agree to discuss things in another level.
Well, I do have some advices for people interested in TADAT training. A practical advice: keep your didactic material organized. This will greatly facilitate the understanding of dimensions and indicators. It will be crucial in developing exercises and performing the test at the end of the training. Believe me. In a little bit more philosophical terms, my advice would be keep your mind open. There is a lot to be done, and this is very clear when you compare some of our ways with the best practice in tax administration. But I tend to believe that even it's not possible to go back in time and make a fresh start, it's always possible to start now and make a new end. So let's do it.